Now to the 10-year-old from Saffron Walden whose life has inspired a new film. When Max was 2 years old, he was diagnosed with leukemia. Thankfully, he is now cancer-free, but of course, a lot has happened in between, and his story is now being told through the eyes of his sister India. The film premieres tonight online to raise money for Adam Brooks, and well, it's not what you might be expecting. Here's a snippet.
Let's keep fighting.
When the odds are stacked against us, we fight. Today, we fight.
Well, earlier I caught up with Max, his mum Jodie, along with the film producer, also called Max, to hear more about it.
Well, it's just amazing to have it all about like my life and how it's like it involves all the family in like they're all displayed in different ways, and it's really cool.
And Jodie, it's about more than just telling the story, isn't it? It's about raising money.
Yeah, definitely. I think the real magic of the film is that it's going to go on to help other children, just like Max, other warriors that are going through the battle.
Well, you say warriors. I mean, this is a fantasy film. I mean, to be honest, it's a bit cool, isn't it? But how did a story about leukemia end up being people riding horses with shields and swords through forests?
Well, I think really that's one for the scriptwriter, Richard. He took our accounts of what happened with Max and wanted to turn it into something with imagination, with hope and a bit of magic, instead of something that might be a bit sad.
Jodie, this came about because a friend of yours led a college media and film course. They contacted the Oscar-nominated director, Richard Prendergast. Max, as the producer, this then landed in your lap, didn't it? You involved a lot of college students in this film.
Yeah, so that was kind of part of the deal. You know, Ben Pike at West Suffolk College got in touch with Richard Prendergast, the writer and director, to basically say that he wanted to incorporate the making of a film into his students' curriculum. And then Rich kind of ran with it. And because of the fantasy element to it, you know, you've then got, you know, we had about 130 odd crew and cast. So we had, you know, lots of places for people to go. We had makeup artists, performing artists from the students, a load of kind of film students crew who were working as runners, camera trainees, all that kind of thing. But
a cast of, or a crew of 130, getting them together in the middle of a pandemic, and you filmed it in Thetford Forest, didn't you? I mean, how did the pandemic affect things for you? We
started filming on the 5th of July, 2020, which was literally the day after that the lockdown had the first lockdown had been eased, and people in the film industry had been told they could start working again. So it was a lot of kind of figuring out, you know, the best way to keep people safe and healthy. And thankfully, you know, we didn't have any COVID cases or anything like that. You know, temperature checks on the door, kind of trying to keep everyone in a bit of a pod system. So people who didn't need to interact didn't. So clearly a different experience for you in making this film because of the pandemic. But Max, different for you and your sister, because didn't you get to go along at one point, visit the film set? You're in the background of one of the shots. What was it like?
It was really cool seeing how they've like made it and how they do it and like how many tries it takes. It's really interesting. I always really liked the idea of filming and set design, so yeah. We know that the film will be shown at the Cannes Film Festival later this year, as well as its premiere online at 7 o'clock tonight. Of course, at Cannes you get a lot of film critics, don't you? But Max, as this is a film about your life through the eyes of your sister, I guess really and truly it's only your verdict that matters. How many marks out of 10 would you give it? I'd give it 10 out of 10.
Good answer.
Max Mason with Max and Jodie. Well, the film has some beautiful scenes outside the hospital with Max's sister. It's called Maximus. Do check it out.